Hey guys, this is Castro72 and I am playing Final Fight for the Super Nintendo. Now this game originated in the arcade and there were actually 3 characters you could choose from. As you can see, there was Cody, Hagar, and there was supposed to be a 3rd character named Guy, but obviously he didn't make it into this version. Capcom would later actually make a special version of Final Fight for the Super Nintendo that had just Guy and Hagar, and Cody was omitted. I'll be honest, this is one of the first games I got for my Super Nintendo, just because even though it was missing a 2-player mode, which the arcade had, and was missing Guy as well, I just thought the graphics looked spectacular. I mean, absolutely gorgeous, and I still think it looks great today. Plus, it just plays well. At the time, I had gotten Streets of Rage, the first one, for my Genesis, and all the magazines at the time were saying how much better it was than the release of Final Fight on the Super Nintendo. And yeah, Streets of Rage was good. I mean, it was great. But when I saw Final Fight on the Super Nintendo, I knew how much more powerful, and people are going to hate me saying this, but how much more powerful the Super Nintendo was than the Genesis. I mean, this looked like the arcade game. I mean, sure, it didn't have the 2-player mode, and yeah, it didn't have a Guy in it, but boy, did these graphics just look gorgeous. And like I said, I still find them very, very good looking today. Looks almost exactly like the arcade. Here we have us in that basement scene, and I think there was something different about this one versus the arcade. I think in that giant crate there should have been like a katana blade or something, and instead you just got, like, I don't know, some bonus item. I remember that was a little different from the arcade, and I found that a little disappointing, but overall not too bad. I mean, obviously it's never exactly arcade perfect. Nowadays things are arcade perfect. Actually, there are no arcades left. But anyway, here I am fighting these 2 big fat guys. Wong Hu is the guy on the right, I think. And the funny thing is, like, when you beat up the guys, you'll see like how much damage they take, along with what their names are. Like, that guy's name was Bread, and that's Hollywood. It's pretty funny. And there I lose the knife and appear back on the street. Now notice that stack of tires. I do my best not to knock it until I really need it, because underneath that stack of tires is a full roast, I think beef or something on underneath it. There it is, and it just refills my energy. I just find it hilarious that, like, you're in like the slums and you knock a bunch of tires over, and obviously there's a full plate of roast right there for you to take and eat, and it replenishes your health. Very, very funny. That character's called 2P. Oh, this character reminds me, he's a boss, well, a mid-boss, I suppose. He reminds me of some sort of, I don't know, Rastafarian or something like that, but except with blonde hair. Kind of crazy. And you can see that this is the entrance to the subway, which will be the next level. After you get, oh no, actually this is not, I'm sorry, this guy is the boss. He's not a mid-boss, because this level will end after you kill him. Oh, look at this guy. Hollywood throws that fire flame. This boss, Thrasher, I guess is his name. That's like he, whistling for his croonies, then him jumping into the fray just to mix it up a bit. I think like he'll be dead after a couple punches. Here he goes. There he goes. He's dead. Time for the next level. We just finished the slum. Round 1 clear. Time for the subway. Again, wow, I really like the way they portray the subway. This is just great graphics. 16-bit era. And here, notice the amount of slowdown that occurs when this train is passing by. In the early days of the Super Nintendo, that was a criticism of the hardware, that there was a lot of slowdown. Obviously, it has to do with the slower CPU. Oh, there's the katana blade. I think I try to hang on to this as long as I can. It's actually a pretty decent weapon. I don't think you can. It's hard to hold on to these weapons. I know, like, whenever you go to the next level, you can't take them with you. You like slash 2 guys at once, and that Andor Jr. is his name. Obviously, an homage to Andre the Giant. There I go. I have to toss the blade away. And look at those 2 guys nonchalantly, like, just sitting on that subway bench. Now, if you look at this, if you just look at the scale, this is a pretty big subway train. And like, subways are never usually have that much floor space, so I find that fascinating. It's like, it's just whatever city this is has great big trains. And unfortunately, every window is cracked. That's probably not good. I'm surprised they would let this train run. Look at all that graffiti on there. Just perfect. There's little nuances, I think, I just make this game so good. Graphics are just excellent. There I found a pizza underneath a barrel. I don't know what barrels are doing in the subway, on a subway train, but oh, there's a necklace under that one. Oh, these 2 guys, Sid and Billy, I think is it. Yeah, they are. I forgot. I think they are the American versions of 2 characters called Roxy and Poison, who are 2 transgendered enemies, actually. And of course, they left them out and made them traditional male characters. And here's Andor, not Andor Jr., but actually Andor. Again, Andre the Giant clone. Man, if I could really punch like that in real life, look at me knocking these guys back and forth. And it's the same punch, too. It's like boom, 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 uppercut. Boom, 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 uppercut. Actually, I don't know, maybe there's a right hook in there, I can't tell. I don't know my boxing, guys. Oh, look at these guys. Like, what are they doing? Rolling dice down there. And then all of a sudden they get up and attack me. It's hilarious. The guy's name is Simmons, or Simons. It's like, I think the most enemies that come on screen at once are 3. I don't think you get more than 3 at a time, if I'm not mistaken. Notice Billy here has like a pair of handcuffs on his belt. Very acrobatic, actually. Have a little trouble dispatching him because he keeps flipping backwards off of the screen. And here's the front of the train, where I'm confronted by another Billy. And I forgot what this guy is named, like Elgato. Yeah, Elgato is his name. Elgato. Again, 2 more barrels that are on the subway train. I have no idea why. Oh, here comes Andor. Oh, I got the katana here. Just slashing these guys. I think I lose that. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I knew. Oh my gosh. So many pro wrestling moves. I mean, this game would have been even better if they could get the 2-player in. But I suppose Capcom just did not have the programming knowledge yet to really take advantage of the hardware, so they were unable to add that 2nd player simultaneous mode, which is actually very and it's trademark of the early Capcom Super Nintendo releases. I think Magic Sword, which normally would have had a 2-player mode, also is missing a second player on the SNES. Super Buster Brothers, which would have also had a second player, is also missing that mode on the SNES. Oh, I particularly like this music, actually. I think the music in this subway train station, or subway tunnel, is particularly good. I think I don't know, something just about the way it's composed. It's a great fight type song. Here I am, like, taking on all these guys at once, all 3 of them. Oh shoot, I picked up that guy's knife. I really shouldn't have done that. Okay, that was like, I think that might have been my first death. I think during this level, this is where I start losing all my guys. Or maybe that wasn't my first death. I might have died somewhere else. I wasn't paying attention. Oh boy, here goes. Okay, there's the barricade. Oh my gosh, fighting my way. This would actually be a very scary scene if I was like trapped at the end of a railroad tracks and having to fight off 3 goons. And somehow I just warp into this wrestling ring after that. And I have to fight Katana, which is the main boss of the subway level. All these crazy guys in the background just cheering on. Now I think there's a good way to beat Katana. Oh, I just lost that guy. Lost the guy. I know you have to like kind of grab him and knee him like that. But you also can't have him rush you, because if he rushes you, you're really in trouble. It's like just like that, unfortunately. You gotta position yourself in a way where you can grab him. And it's so bad, I almost have him, and he chops me. Like if I only grabbed him, I would have been able to like pass that level. And here's the infamous ending scene where Cody's there with the dynamite, and I just let it blow me up. Anyway, this is for Nintendo Nation, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and happy Throwback Thursday. And I will see you later. Peace out.